Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the national dialogue has helped us a lot to understand some of the issues happening within William Ruto's government that many of the people were not aware, or even they were aware, then no one was bringing it out in public so that many people can understand indeed what is happening. If you remember the story from the control of budget, Nyakano, she talked about her salary being tripled, but she just get one salary. This too is going elsewhere. And that shows that then if it is happening to the control of budget, what about these other ministries? Because you're talking about the controller of budget. Now, this one aside, we talk about Davis Chirchir, the CS for Energy, who appeared before in the National Dialogue Committee on matters to do with the cost of living. Remember, as Azimio, on the priorities of discussion, number one, it is the cost of living. Make basic commodities affordable and readily available in the market. So, when Chirchir talked about the issue of fuel, because remember, fuel is determining like everything in the market. He came with a warning because people are looking like, how can you lower down the cost of fuel? Right now, 1 liter of petrol is going for 217 shillings, diesel 205, and of course kerosene is just same price with the diesel, 205 shillings. So Chirchir was warning after reading an article somewhere, I was bringing into this issue that the way things are going, now they're bringing in the war in Israel, talk about what is happening in, is it Hamas? Before it was Russia, Ukraine. I don't know. Kuna mafuta Israel yenye na supply? Or what is happening? Ama ni njia ya kupitisha mafuta. So they're talking about Israel and the war. Now causing more problem into the oil market. Because of that, he's saying that the price of fuel can go up to 300 shillings per liter. Because they're saying now 1 barrel is going for $150 US. That is close to 21,000 somewhere there. So he's warning that the price might increase gradually. Now this one takes me to Moses Kuria's position. He warned the Kenyans. He said that expect the price of fuel to increase by 10 shillings every month until February next year. Is it February or April? Somewhere February there next year. That was Moses Kuria. What he said, it could be just what the cabinet had just decided. And now Chirchir coming to air this out, he's now testing the water. Now, the question is here. Look at what they're talking about. Then today, we have seen what Tanzania is doing. Right now, if you read the papers, you will see Tanzania, they are now reducing the price of fuel to match what is in the international market. Because if you check according to the Global Monetary and Financial Development, this is what they're saying, international oil prices declined during the week ending November 2nd due to the disparaging impact of the war between Israel and Palestine. Marble oil price declined to US dollars 85.24 per barrel on November 2nd from US dollars 90 per barrel on October 26th. The reality is that the price is going down. It is declining. But what is happening in Kenya? They are increasing. Then the blame is where? In Israel. But what is Tanzania doing? They are aligning and reducing to match the international pricing. Look at that. I listened to Chirchir I'm not convinced. Because look at what International Monetary is talking about then, Tanzania and other countries. They have not told us how Israel is affecting this fuel pricing. I want to believe that this is part of the budgeted corruption. They sit down, they make a budget. We need this amount and we will get by this means. Look on how Margaret, is it Margaret or Nyakam? Margaret Nyakam. Look at her story. You exaggerate salaries. We have ghost workers, you are adding there. Someone is earning 100,000, you put there 3 salary. This is a well-budgeted corruption. Even with the issue of fuel, going by how other countries are trying to put their pricing. You find in Kenya, we have a well-budgeted corruption. They have institutionalized corruption. No wonder Juguna Ndong'o was asked, that is the CS for Treasury. He was asked about what Nyakango had said, and he was running away from that question. He still treated it as allegation. Why are they not calling DCI to come into this issue? Why Juguna Ndong'o is distancing himself from the position of the control of budget? She spoke from a point of experience. She has gone through it, she has seen it. So they are trying to mislead us about the budget and try to justify what they are doing, making the cost of living so much expensive in the name of war in Israel and Hamas. They are using this as a tool to milk Kenyans dry to their last coin in their pocket. But the reality is different. They must listen to what Azimio is saying. Bring down cost of living. There was war in Ukraine when Uhuru was the president. But still, we had subsidized fuel. There was some amount, close to 30-something shillings, that the government was paying. We had subsidized unga. Okay? But that war was very serious. But now, they're talking about Israel, and now increasing fuel price more than what Uhuru was doing. Yet, Uhuru was also facing other issue in Ukraine and Russia. But when he was talking about that, Ruto and others were asking questions. How is war in Ukraine putting high cost, making life expensive in Kenya in terms of cost of living? How was it affecting fuel? How was it affecting basic commodities? Those were the questions they were asking. Today they are there. They are coming with the same story of war in Israel. But the reality is that these people are robbing us. Why is Tanzania reducing the price of fuel when Kenya is increasing? And if you check on the international monetary bodies, they are saying that sasa hizi cost is declining. Narudi chini. Budgeted corruption. So they want to confuse people in dialogue that we cannot manage this. I've seen IMF now allowing Kenya to borrow more. Is it 81 billion something or what? Or yeah, they have increased their ceiling because they are following the IMF advice, but not the taxpayers' position. So he listened to IMF more than he listened to Kenyans. He's listening to IMF more than he's listening to the taxpayer, the man who's going to carry the burden. That's William Ruto. So they want to embrace IMF as they finish us. Wapandisha kila kitu iende juu. Na ukora ndani, na wizi ndani. This is highway robbery. So Azimio should not accept this. They have to insist on what they are standing for. Let them stand with Mwananchi. If it is not working, then that dialogue can come to an end. And that should be the position. So already, Chirchir is contradicting what the International Monetary is talking about.